Hello, doctors. Welcome to the CA Accelerator Academy as part of our CA Hiring and Training Made Easy for the UC practice. Very excited to bring this information to you. This is all about you getting an awesome CA for your practice, both the hiring process, the training process. So, over the next 90 days, we're going to take you from A to Z, what it's going to take for you as a doctor, as a practice, to get everything ready, to get the right person in there, get them trained up, and really helping you grow your practice in a significant way. So this very first video, this is the intro video, going to walk you through what to expect in the academy, and there's a lot of great things for you here. I encourage you to really press into these videos, press into the PDFs, resources, and also especially make sure you press into your coaching calls, as those are going to be very important for you to both get ready to hire and to effectively train your CA after you get them hired into the practice. And so for the first 30 days, it's really going to be about you, doc, and getting the clinic ready for having a great CA hired into the practice. And then after that first 30 days, the next 60 days will be about working with you and your CA to train and get into a place where you are a really cohesive team together. And so as I mentioned, there'll be both video trainings and PDFs during this first 30 days that you're going to focus on. And then once you get that CA hired into the practice, then it's a matter of moving into the video trainings and PDFs that are going to be specific to both of you working together to build that team. So here's some things to be aware of that we'll be going through with you in the first 30 days of this Accelerator Academy. We'll be going through vision casting, mission, core values, and goal setting to make sure that you really have a great foundation in the practice of your why, your big why of what you do and why you do it, so that you can bring someone into your culture and begin to really have them become a part of what you're doing for your community. We're going to walk you through creating an accountability org chart so you know both what the practice should look like today and what it should look like as you continue to grow and add additional team members. You always want to be thinking ahead of what the next step is down the road. We're going to be walking you through creating a position agreement and a job scorecard. This will include creating things called KRAs, or key results areas, and KPIs, key performance indicators for this CA position, and also having key measurables that you track on a monthly basis to make sure that your CA and you have very clear expectations of what's expected, and then you have a good accountability to that target that you're looking to hit each month. We're going to show you how to create a performance review template. We're going to have PDFs and whatnot to help you with that, so that twice a year, which is what we recommend, you can do a really good biannual performance review with your CA so that you keep them motivated, keep them focused on the vision, focused on the big why, and help them to be evaluated twice a year and really be able to keep them going. We'll talk about compensation plans, salary, performance bonuses, benefits, recognition plans, and other things to help make sure that you have a really competitive compensation structure and that it's going to both serve the CA and also the practice. Well, we're going to talk about meetings, what type of meetings you should have, when you should have them, what should be the structure of these meetings, and give you PDFs and things to help you with those as well. We're going to talk about building systems, how crucial that is for both you and your CA, of getting structures in place and processes. We're going to talk about practice statistics and why those are so important to track, which ones to track, how to do it effectively, and of course we're going to give you resources to make it really easy. We're going to talk about setting up a weekly training schedule. A CA needs to be invested in, needs to be poured into with training on an ongoing basis in order for them to be a great team member and in order for them to really multiply your practice, which is what a good CA can do, is really help you go to a completely different level than you could ever go on your own or with a not well-trained CA. And we're also going to be specifically talking about the training for you, Doc, on the hiring process, placing ads, the initial screening of candidates, the voicemails and emails and resumes and personality tests and all these types of things. Talk about how to do a good group interview and individual interviews and a test run in the practice, which is crucial. And so this is everything you can expect over the next 30 days, docs, as you work through these videos, you work through the resources and the coaching, the weekly coaching sessions. Once you get through that 30 days and you actually get someone hired into the practice, then we shift into the next 60 days. And then this is when it's going to be focused on both you and your CA, you beginning to build that cohesive team together. And this is when we're going to be providing you with a training checklist. So you know all the things that you need to make sure you train your new CA on and as part of that onboarding, your computer system and your office procedures and your opening and closing and your dress code and your scripting and your systems and so forth. We're going to provide you training for our UCM dashboard. If you're a UCM marketing system client or a growth system client, we'll provide you with that training for you and your CA so that you can help her to use the dashboard most effectively. We're going to talk with your CA and you about the most important hour of your patient day, and I'll tell you, just a spoiler alert, that's the hour before you see patients. And we're going to talk about how crucial that is for both of you to get ready and make sure that you set yourself up for success every day. We're going to talk about the new patient phone call. This is a crucial one, Doc. Maybe the most important thing that a CA can do for you is have a really well-structured and fantastic new patient phone call consistently, so that when you're seeing patients, which is hopefully a lot of the time, they can pick up that phone and they can talk to that patient and they can talk to them in such a way that they're going to convert and move and take action and come into the practice. We're going to talk about new patient flow and how to get patients moving through the office effectively. We're going to talk about existing patient flow and how to make sure that process is good, and how a doctor and CA and additional CAs can work together to make that most effective. We're going to talk about how to properly delegate. If this is your first CA you're hiring, or you've hired multiple CAs, but maybe you don't have a clear understanding of how am I supposed to delegate the things that I want a CA to do in a way that is most effective. So we're going to go through that so that you and your CA understand that delegation process. We're going to talk about progress exams and why this is such a crucial part of the practice. If you're not doing these already, we're going to encourage you to do them, but we're also going to help you do them in such a way that both doctor and CA have different roles involved in a progress exam time, and why that's such a crucial part of retention and review generation, social proof, so many different things, and just keeping patients engaged and motivated. We're going to talk about social proof and generating consistent Google reviews and video testimonials and how you can do that together as a team. We're going to talk about keeping the doctor on track. Doc, if you tend to get a little long-winded at times, we're going to talk about how CAs can help with that and keep you focused and keep you going and your schedule on time. We're going to talk about generating referrals, both for the doctor and the CA, and how you work together to do that. We're going to talk about retaining patients and why that's obviously a really crucial part of the practice, is not just getting new patients, but keeping the ones that you get. And we're going to talk about converting leads. Every time you get an opportunity to convert someone to a new patient, we're going to talk about how to do that and the CA's crucial role in that process. We're going to talk about reactivating inactive patients. Depending on how long you've been in practice, Doc, you may have lots of inactive patients. And we'll talk about how to do that effectively and consistently with both you and the CA working together to reactivate inactive patients. And we're going to talk about connecting patients to your mission. As we talk in the first 30 days, we're going to talk about mission, and then we're going to talk about how the doctor and the CA can consistently connect with patients and help them to understand what it is all about that you do each day. We're also going to talk about building a health practitioner referral network. So a crucial part of a successful practice is building one of these networks within your community. Talk about how the CA would be involved with that and the doctor as well. And then lastly, we're going to talk about keeping up with growth. The main reason why you are bringing a CA on is most likely because you want your practice to grow. You want to be able to focus on patient care and let your CA focus on all the other things that has to happen within the practice. And that's what we're going to talk about is keeping up with that growth and thinking about what is the next step and what are we building towards at the next stage of growth. So let's go, Doc. Let's get started with the first video. Go ahead and get started right now, and we'll see you on the other side.